I want to talk about a story. The great Muhammad Ali's son actually got a chance to speak on the issue of the protests. And I want you to hear what this is all about. All right. So Muhammad Ali's son said his dad wouldn't have had supported Black Lives Matter movement or protests over George Floyd's death. I repeat, Muhammad Ali's son said his dad wouldn't have supported Black Lives Matter movement or protests over George Floyd's death.
The search for Joe Biden's VP changing course amid the nation's unrest. The short list now reportedly includes Democratic Congresswoman Val Demings.
All right, let me refresh this, okay? Because he's supposed to be speaking on this. All right, so Muhammad Ali Jr., the son of the late boxing icon Muhammad Ali, told the New York Post in an hour-long interview. Good Lord. All right, here it is. I don't think no sound coming from this. All right, so I'm not getting no sound out of this. So he said in an hour-long interview that his father wouldn't have supported Black Lives Matter movement, calling it racist. How is a Black Lives movement racist when you got all colors supporting it? Ali, who died at age 74 in 2016 as a result of complication of Parkinson's disease, was a known activist who in 1964 joined the Malcolm X-led Nation of Islam. It wasn't Malcolm X-led. It was still Elijah Muhammad led, with Malcolm X as his chief spokesperson. Let's get that correct. Ali Jr. said he believed his father would have supported the All Lives Matter movement. Sound like this brother done drunk the Trump Kool-Aid, Trump juice. And though the legendary boxer wouldn't have believed current protesters were nothing but devils, after some demonstrations have turned destructive, he said he supported President Trump and he believed his father would have too. Brother, what evidence do you have of that? Is it because Trump could have saved y'all some money and taxes? Andrew H. Walker, Muhammad Ali Jr. said he did not believe his father would have supported the current Black Lives Movement, calling participating in the movement racist. Ain't this something? I think it's racist, Ali Jr., the legendary boxer, only biological son, whose relationship with his father completely fell apart. But you're going to tell us what your father belief is. In the final decade of his life, it fell apart, said according to the report. Now, we're going to talk about this topic later. He added, it's not just Black Lives Matter, white lives matter, Chinese lives matter, all lives matter, everybody life matter. God loves everyone. He never singled anyone out. Killing is wrong no matter who it is. My father, who have said they ain't nothing but devils, Ali Jr., 47, told the New York Post, my father said all lives matter. I don't think he'd agree. Ali Jr. pointed toward one of the more destructive actions of some protesters in recent weeks and part of his own dissatisfaction with Black Lives Matter movement. While some protesters, particularly early on, turned destructive, many of the still ongoing demonstrations have remained peaceful. Black Lives Matter is not a peaceful protest. Antifa never wanted it peaceful, and I would take them all out, Ali Jr. said. Sound like this dude doing a little buck dancing. Sound like a little coonery to me. Sound like a little Candace Owens to me. Even Kanye wouldn't even say nothing like that. It's a radical statement or racial statement, he said, of Black Lives Matter. It's pitting black people against everyone else. It starts racial things to happen. I hate that. In 2016, Ali's most famous child television personality and retired boxer Layla Ali made similar statements saying all lives matter. Yes, Black lives matter. Yes, white lives matter. Asian lives matter. All lives matter, the boxing world champion said. And that's kind of what my focus is. On Wednesday, Ali told KTLA she thought it was a shame that Black Americans were still fighting to secure the same thing her father supported. Now, for you to say all that, Layla, with your beautiful, gorgeous, fine self, for you to make all those statements, you surely understand the purpose why people yelling Black Lives Matter. Everybody who's yelling Black Lives Matter is not trying to separate Black. They're trying to uplift it among the other people. It's not a separation, because sooner or later it got to go back down to everybody else. The point of Black Lives Matter is nobody is getting punished severely for the destruction of a Black person. But if that same person, if a Black person destroy one of their own, let alone any other color, they will get the worst of penalties. The worst of penalties. But yet you have somebody that's any other color, especially white. If they do these things to a Black person, they won't get nowhere near the same time. That's the reason why we yell Black Lives Matter, because we're yelling in the midst of that. Look, y'all been all this time, all these other lives matter, but what about Black lives? Do you rather say it like that? You focus on other lives, but you never focus on Black lives. Black Lives Matter. Do you want us to say it like that, Layla? I don't even want to go through the rest of the story because it pissed me off just reading it, but I'm going to try. On Wednesday, Ali, his grandsons are even having to fight 2 generations later, but we're going to keep at it because it's all about equality for Black people and all people, she said. Now, here we go. It's all about equality for Black people and all people. So she joined to all. She's make that any right now. Look, I'm trying to get on the stay focused thing. Before I go into the stay focused part of this show, this is what I'm talking about. As soon as Black people get to move on something and they get some power behind it, they get some leverage behind it, they get some motivation by it, they get some momentum behind it, people want to come in and deflect. They want to get people off focus. You got the Black Lives Matter organization coming in yelling Black Lives Matter, but their demands are demands for all people. And much as I love Reverend Barber and the Poor People's Campaign, he's coming in and it's going back to all people. We need to take care of Black Lives Matter first. So what you got to understand is, let me calm down. All lives do matter. And we want to see everybody come up. But everybody then break their back. Everybody didn't get their head cracked and bust. Everybody did not lay their life down on the cotton fields, on the tobacco fields, peaches, oranges, you name it, for free labor. And if they even look the wrong way, there's a color of people that were terrorized by white society to this very day. When the last time you heard about Latinos getting lynched in America? When the last time, and I know, well, we got some LGBTQ black LGBT trans getting hung. What color were they? Were they white or were they Black? Because that's the whole point I'm talking about. Were they Black? Don't bring no other movement into this movement right now. We can use your help to push it, but it cannot lead it. You can't make this about economic for all people. Not this particular one. That's what the Poor People Campaign for. This Black Lives Matter, this Justice for George Floyd, is talking about dismantling white supremacy. And right now, white supremacy is holding up the very thing that will make Black people equal in a lot of freaking areas, and that is in the wealth gap. That is their last stronghold. They do not want to give up the dough. They do not want, we got filthy stinking rich off the backs of you black people. And we're still trying to get filthy stinking rich off the back of you black people. That's why we came up with these laws like the crime bill, so we can have you get arrested, go back to prison, and work for almost next to nothing labor and make us rich again. Still trying to get rich off black people. The jails, the prison system, yeah, they got some trans in there, but majority of them are black people. It is a system of terror. It is a system that is designed to brutalize and break the backs of black people and profit off it. It's still running today. So here we got to deal with Layla Ali with her beautiful self and her brother talking this trash. Well, Layla, let's go listen to what your dad had to say about some of this stuff. First one I'm going to talk about, Ali discusses the word black. We're not going to talk about Chinese. We're not going to talk about my Asian brothers and sisters. We're not going to talk about LGBTQ here this time. We're not going to talk about no other rights but blacks right now. Because for over 400 years, we've been in this country being terrorized. And the hell we've been through. And we still don't have 100% equality. Yet we get people coming to this country, and rightfully so. We made it happen. Black people made it happen. We marched for it. So you can come into this country. Because believe me, white supremacy was not trying to get you to come in this country unless they can profit off of you and leave you at the bottom of the barrel. And if you white, you just joined the army. If you're an Italian, if you're from Poland and all that, yeah, we probably mess with you a little bit, but you still part of the club. But if you dark-skinned black, bruh. Well, let's see what Muhammad Ali had to say about that.
The black man has been brainwashed, and it's time for him to learn something about himself. When he look at television, he see White House cigars, White Swan soap, King White soap, White Rain hair rinse, White Tornado floor wax, White Plus toothpaste. They taught him when he was a little boy that Mary had little and his feet as white as snow. Then they taught him about Snow White. Then there's the White House. When you look at television, you see these two cars, one black, one white, and they put a gallon of gas in each one to see which car can go the farthest. And every time the black car stopped first and the white car keeps going. So this brainwashes the Negro, see? Then he goes to the drugstore, he orders 2 dips ice cream. He said, I want a dip of chocolate, dip of vanilla. And every time they put the chocolate on the bottom and the vanilla on the top. When the so-called Negro, the way the educational system has been outlined, he's been brainwashed. He needs to learn something about black. So when he goes to the grocery store, he goes get cake. He sees the angel food cake is the white cake, and the devil food cake is the chocolate cake. Everything bad is black. So he's been brainwashed. So now he needs to be taught something about himself so he can be proud and quit worrying you and pushing you out of your neighborhoods, quit running your daughter, and quit chasing you out of your schools. And every day you got a headache with this Negro that has been brainwashed by your kind. So now it's our job to re-brainwash him, to teach him that rich dirt is black dirt. Don't feel bad. Strong coffee is black coffee. You understand? You make your wheat integrated. So now he feels proud. Now he's not begging no more. Now he wants to be himself. He's not worrying you no more. So he needs some black history and he needs some black culture so he'll know who he is and be proud to be who he is and quit worrying you so much.
Now, that is important. The reason we're pressing against you is because you have developed a system that taught us to be inferior. The system has been made to make black people seem like they're inferior and white people superior. Muhammad Ali couldn't have said it no better. And yeah, they're laughing. But Muhammad Ali is letting you know, no, this is a problem. And we need to make some changes. And it has to start with black. Black. All right, so basically what Muhammad Ali was saying is, you can't speak for me. Now, I know you might be mixed. See, Obama can really speak for black people because Obama's dad was from Kenya and his mother was from Kansas. how are you going to represent Black Americans? Now, he was our president, but how are you going to see the urgency, the real urgency to help the community? And you were a community organizer. Where was that sense of urgency? You said Muhammad Ali. I'm running on what Muhammad Ali called the sense of urgency. Where was the sense of urgency? Was the sense of urgency to get into this office to really lift up my people? Because I'm in tune with my people. My Black side of me is overlapping the white side of me. It seemed like there was a struggle between the two. It's like Spider-Man when he put on the black suit. He's struggling not to put on the black suit, but the black suit made him look a little more cooler and a little more on the edge. You see what Ali talks about, how they take something black and they make that black make you seem like you're a villain. So even I bought into that. They got Venom in a black suit. Spider-Man, the white guy, getting a red and blue suit. Don't put on that black suit. It's going to make you evil. See, these are the little small things that cause inferiority to be put in the mind of Black youth, and they end up growing up thinking they're inferior. And when you think you're inferior, it's easy for white supremacy to control you. Nah, bruh. I know you are the son of Muhammad Ali. You don't know your dad like you really think you do. Maybe your dad, when he got a little older, he kind of got a little more peaceful. People do that when they get older. But let me tell you something. Your daddy, when he was younger, was a fireball. He didn't like integration because he really believed integration will stop, segregation. And he wasn't 100% against segregation. The point he made it was, look, I don't want you guys to integrate to the point that you neglect your own, that you put your businesses in a white neighborhood and don't, and you forget about your business in your own neighborhood. We need to keep an African town. We need to keep, just like Chinatown stays, they're not integrated. They're segregated. Chinatown is a segregated neighborhood. Little Italy is a segregated neighborhood. You're not going to see many Black doing business in Chinatown or Little Italy. Segregation has its place and integration has its place. But in this season, when it comes to this movement sparked by George Floyd, almost called him George Foreman. This has to be led by Black. And it has to be led by a Black agenda. And that Black agenda has to have a list of things in it, a list of demands in it, with the power of the people from all walks of life supporting it. Now, once we accomplish that goal, then we can go take care of the next goal. The next goal could be your community. But right now, we open the doors for all these other communities to come in from all over the world. We did. So right now, do us a solid. We got work to do on these issues, these Black first issues, and we ask your support. Whether you support us or not, we're going to push it anyway if we have to die doing it. We're not going backwards. But we do need your help. And in return, we'll help you. Because the overall goal is to topple this supreme mindset of certain races, creeds, color. Do you know? That's why I tell my LGBTQ friends, nothing wrong with, you have your own life. Live your life. If that's what you want to do with your life, do your thing. It's your life. I got my life. I'm a Christian. I got to stand before God over my life. But it's still my life. God gave me the choice to do whatever I want to do. Live your life. But remember, your color is Black. Don't you dare put no other issue before Black issue, because you're Black. I'm not going to jump in the crowd of the all we the people and we are the world when we're still being separated and dominated and terrorized. We are the world, but yeah, we are the world, but how many of your people got hung? We talk about the Holocaust, how many people that they don't even talk about the Holocausts that have happened all over the United States. people don't even know. Now they're finding out. That's why I say go to the ADOS playlist and Why We Need Reparations playlist on the Bob TV channel so you can get educated. There are videos that educate you on the different things that hate did to us.